Well, hello, everyone, and welcome. Guess where I am today? Yes, you are correct. It is St. Louis. That is the arch, the crossroads of America that take us from the middle of the country, from the east to the west. And I am actually having a happy hour today in St. Louis at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Sorry, we won't be live. We'll be hanging out at the Marriott St. Louis Grand. If you are listening to this before then, join us. Fly in. If you're listening to this afterwards, sorry we missed you. But we're about to have a lovely time together. So, as things go, it is so fascinating to me to play around with the lives. Originally, this was going to be a recorded live, but it is an actual live, and I am here at the moment. I'm going to hook up my chat in case anybody wants to come in and connect with me at the moment. And in the post-play, I'll answer your questions. So the fun thing about what I wanted to share with you today is I didn't want to do an interview. I wanted to just do a solo episode today to talk about visibility. I have been in union families my entire life. My grandfather was a union member in the coal mines. My father was in the auto workers. My uncle was the president of the United Mine Workers and the president of the AFL-CIO, which, unless you've done your history books anymore, it is the umbrella for the unions. So the workers, as well as the retirement that I was just at for Cecil Roberts, who is the father-in-law and who has been in the mine workers his entire life. And we just have celebrated that here in St. Louis in the Crossroads. And so it's a really interesting, amazing opportunity to talk about the visibility and the invisibility of workers, that people who are creating and doing the things that we don't necessarily even pay attention to in our everyday life. One of the ladies that I had as my keynote speaker, Sarah Nelson, who is the president of the Flight Attendants Union. Wow, she came in and spoke about what her experience was as a woman and what it's taken her to get forward as a flight attendant. Coal miners who have been fighting for their rights, their safety their entire life. Again, invisible, working underground. But because of them, you have the electricity in your homes, you have the warmth and the heat in your homes. They are still the places that create the energy in the big places, the factories for the electric cars that we're thinking, oh, we're doing something different. Well, we're not getting sun power, that solar power that is still coming from underground. The steel workers, the machinists, the pilots, the hotel workers, restaurant workers. There's so many unions. Do you know the people out there who are working and who make sure that you have your everyday life as comfortable as you can, and they're working hard and making sure that when they go home, they have their health care and they have retirement benefits. That's what they're fighting for, to be visible as workers. Now, this wasn't supposed to be that kind of talk, but I just wanted to share that that's the experience that I have had. And I spoke with a lovely lady who is telling people a little bit more. When you've grown up in a union family and you see how hard it is that people work through those pieces, that hidden work, that invisible work, just wow is all I'm going to say. Just wow. And kudos to everyone every day who works some of those hardest jobs. But what today's episode is also meant to be about is visibility. And where is visibility for you in your life? And I think that's a real important piece about what I want to share as I am helping women specifically. I mean, there's a lot of people who need to get visible, whose voices need to be heard, whose stories need to be heard. I've been here for the last 3 days hearing incredible stories, 4 days, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It is now Wednesday. And again, this isn't just 4 days of stories. This is a lifetime of stories and people's superpowers and why visibility, why visibility is your superpower. Now, I'm going to turn this music down just a little bit because I'm loving it, but there you go. But I want to share some things that I think are important to us. There are 5 ways that I see visibility, and you can add more if you like, but I think of visibility as being on stage. You can post on social media, you can speak on podcasts, you can speak in meetings. It's actually being in the room or in the Zoom room and being visible. Then you have your community, being visible in your group, being the one that other people go, oh, she's the person to go to. She's my dentist. Oh, she's my pediatrician. Oh, she is the person who I go to for my fashion expertise, to do my hair, to help me with selling a house. Being part of a community, whether it's a virtual community with people online or being in a local community. Community is an important part of visibility. Then we have our personal visibility, visibility to ourselves, our own confidence, being able to show up for ourselves. And I think that's a really big part in our own personal development when we're coming from a place where we are unsure of ourselves because of voices in our own head, and we've given to ourselves voices and echoes that we've heard from classrooms, from teachers, from other people who really didn't know how their words would affect us, but they affected our confidence and our voice. And that's one of the things I'm also helping people with, stepping forward into their voice and getting them out there in their communities and on stage. And some of the more recent pieces of visibility, as I'm continuing my research with others, is the relationship visibility, the at home. So I don't mean one-to-one relationship, but the relationship of who you are in your family. As a woman, you're a daughter first, obviously. But then sometimes you're an adoptive daughter, you're a stepdaughter, you're a granddaughter, and same with the above, adoptive, step. Then you move on into your life with friends, girlfriends, relationships, and who are you in that space, including in a romantic relationship and an ex-romantic relationship. If you decide to have children and become a mother or a stepmother or an adoptive mother, same thing with grandparenting. One day, or maybe now, you are a grandmother or will be a step-grandmother, etc., etc., and the list goes on and on. But where is your visibility at home? And are you speaking your voice? And are people in your family respecting that, scared of it, listening to it? There's a lot of scope when it comes to visibility at home in all the relationships. And another that's come, and it seems obvious, is your visibility daily at work. And it's not, there's so many pieces to that, because you can be visible to your coworkers. You can be visible or invisible to your coworkers. Are you running a business by yourself? Who are you visible to? Do you have someone to share your thoughts with and to cheer you on? What is visibility in those aspects as well? So those are just a couple topics that I want to talk about and how important it is to be visible in each of those spaces. And I hope that you can find your visibility. And again, I'll talk through them again. You're speaking, the obvious visibility out there on the stage, on podcasts, in front of people, in meetings, in workshops. Then we have our visibility in the group, community, being the go-to person, your confidence, your personal visibility, and where you stand with your own voice to yourself, your at-home relationship visibility. Who are you in that family unit? And you're at work. Who are you in that daily visibility with the people who know you? And what does it look like for you? So why does visibility matter? When you become visible, you're opening doors that may have once been walls. It reminds me of standing in front of the television as a kid. You make a great door, but not a good window. But you are visible, and sometimes you step in front of that television to get the attention, not by accident. When you get visible, you're attracting opportunities that align with your purpose. You're building your own confidence with each step. You're building more connections and clarity for where your journey is taking you. Stop waiting for permission. Your presence, your visibility is important. How many times have you not stood up because you were afraid to speak? You're afraid to clap. You're afraid to laugh out loud. You're afraid to smile. You're afraid to get noticed in any shape, form, or fashion. What was the root cause of that? What stopped you from being visible? And in which of those aspects were you invisible? Take some time, think about it, jot it down, journal, because that is one thing that is so important on your visibility journey. Journaling, chatting with yourself, getting to know where your blocks are. And this is something I want to share with you, that as we're going forward here, as Women Getting Visible gets more and more forward and in this movement, as we travel the globe, and I'm sharing and meeting new people to join us to get visible, to be part of this community as a whole, to get them to speak on the podcast, to get them to speak on stages. It is so important for us to connect to each other and to celebrate and share one another. I'm just keeping this one brief today because your time is important. But what I'm sharing with you is my call to action. Join me, friend me on Facebook, find me on LinkedIn. I'm at all the socials, Christina Vidovich. It says Vidovich Entertainment. I didn't change my name. That's my company, one of them. And Women Getting Visible. Go find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Let's get visible together. I can do this alone, but who does that serve? I want to connect with more people, and that's why I can't wait for the happy hour here in St. Louis. I can't wait for more to share the schedule with you of all the amazing things and cities we're going to that are about to happen. I have so many calls, and this is actually my vacation week, and I am doing a happy hour with the women, and I've done some amazing things this last few days and had some amazing visible conversations, listening to people who were in the room who wanted to step up and speak. So turn your ear to that quiet person. Let them get visible. And if you want to learn how to get more visible, get on my website, WomenGettingVisible.com, and look for the programs that we have coming up. We have visibility courses, confidence courses, and our big course from hidden to heard, where you're going to have a chance to go from invisible to unmissable. Yes, my friends, we are here on a global initiative to help more women share their voices, to get stronger, to get louder, and to get clear. Not just being seen, because we can be seen in a room, but let's get heard. Let's get our voices, let's get our messages across. Let's find other people who are out there just like us, who have something important to say and share and teach and learn. There's so many amazing things out there for us. And then our value, because visibility is valuable. And I'm here to value you, my friends. I'm here to cheer you on. I am here to share this moment with you because we are women getting visible together. So go to the website, sign up for one of the courses. It's just informational right now because the classes are still to be launched. Get in touch with me. Send me a direct message on LinkedIn or Facebook. Let's have a chat. Let's get you visible. Let's do this together. My friends, we'll see you real soon. And I'll talk to you next time. More of these lives and more of these interactive lives will be coming up in 2026 because we need to do this together. I'm Christina Vidovich, the host, the founder of Women Getting Visible. Who will be up next in the Golden Chair? Join us next week. I am your host, Christina Vidovich of Women Getting Visible.